Okay, so what is gangstalking? Gangstalking is a harassment technique that kind of started in the 70s with a program called cointelpro. And since then, it's kind of evolved and changed. And now a lot of your now a lot of cities and let me start over on that shit. So what is gangstalking? Gangstalking is a program that started out of the 70s called cointelpro. And basically, it was a system or recipe of doing things where you can get lots of different groups of people together to cooperate to achieve one goal, whether that would be to push out like a person, to isolate somebody so they can be, apprehended on the down low. If it could just shame somebody because maybe, a journalist leaked something, or maybe a whistleblower kind of brought attention to something. But it's basically just like a community action plan to go ahead and get a large group of people together to achieve one goal. And you can get, mainly there's three types of people who are going to, initiate a gangstalking situation on you. That's kind of dumb. Basically, so let's say it's a corporation that doesn't want you kind of revealing how they do business practices. Whether you be a journalist or a former employee. The government, if you're kind of doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If you leak something to the press, or you're kind of shining a light on, treatment of a particular group of people or people in like the department you're working at. And then also cities. Cities do it because obviously, some people, get run out of town because, they fucking, they screwed the mayor's daughter or what have you. And whoever, kind of organizes it in that city, every city's got, like, I guess you would call a director, goes ahead and starts the process of the gangstalking program. And they got a lot of nicknames for it. One I've become familiar with is, they call it we're gonna make you the president, and it's kind of a joke as onto everyone's gonna know your name kind of thing, and not in a good way, but like in an infamous way. But it's like a joke. Or they'll call you the king because everyone knows you, etc. But yeah, so those are basically the three, I guess, institutions that would kind of target somebody for gangstalking. Keep in mind, this can be remixed in different situations. There could be maybe somebody who's ahead of, that region's program. Like a city has, their director, whoever organizes a gangstalking program. And maybe they have like a director who, maybe you come across this guy, or maybe somebody in part of that crew goes ahead and, say maybe you cross that person, or he has a friend that does that. So it doesn't necessarily need to be you're a bad person, but that maybe you just cross somebody who happens to know, this can be done to you, etc. So it doesn't always necessarily mean that, you're a really important person. So if it is happening to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that, like, the leader of the head of the UN wants you assassinated or something. It could just be that you came across some people who, are part of the teams that do this. and maybe you told them to go F off, or like I said, you screwed the mayor's daughter or whatever. And so they get together, and it's usually, you know, saying kind of a boys club thing, and start the very first process, the very first step of the process, which is the intelligence gathering part of gang stalking.